Animosity Advent Stories. The beginning. The heavy winter winds howled, sleet beating against the hide walls of the yurt. Somewhere in the storm-cloaked distance, wolves joined their song to the wind. The snow muffled the groaning cracks of the shifting ice as it grew, clawing its way up the throat of the River. Inside the tent, the air was warm and smoky. Burning fat, the last remnants of the meal spit and popped in the low fire. Its acrid scent clung to everything, mingling with the smells of unwashed bodies, partially cured hides, and day-old blood. Red light underlit the room, cast up from smoldering embers. It was too weak to reach the roof, lost in the smoky haze, yet it cast the figures seated around the fire in a hellish glare. The storyteller's eyes were pinprick coals, reflecting red amongst the shadows.
In those days, Gorka Morka fought side by side with his children. He hunted the great beasts, killed and bled, and carved a path across the untamed lands. Always the Uruks were by his side. We were bigger then, stronger, fed on the blood of god beasts, and raised in the footsteps of our god. Pure and primal, before the dark gods could taint these lands. We were hunters, reavers, and conquerors, carving realms from the wilds. In Vorus Balal, the great hunt tracked down the god-beast Karaskond, the great stag of living metal. Gorka Morka's fists rang against its hide with peals that shattered trees across the mountainsides, but he could not break it. The god-beast's horns pierced his side. Blood rained, and the god's bellows boiled the skies. Wrenching back the head of Karaskond, he shoved his arm down its gullet and pulled the beating bronze heart from the beast. And as it collapsed around him, he hammered the heart flat against the mountainside. Raising the rough-shod disc, he bit into it, chipping the end of his tusk against its face. With a cry, Gorka Morka flung the heart of Karaskond, now called Tuskbreaker, across the realms. The splintered tip of Gorka Morka's tusk fell to the earth, in soil rich with the green god's blood, and fed by the corpse of the fallen god-beast. A single Uruk grew from it. He was larger and stronger than any boss they'd seen before. Wa was in his bones, and the blood of Gork was in his veins. They named him Morgrek, son of the brutal one, son of Gork.
The speaker leaned forwards, smoke wreathing his head. The flaming sword at his side flared in response.
Me. I joined the great hunt. I fought at Gorka Morka's right hand, felt his savage might. With each hunt, I grew stronger. More brutal, more cunning. I've watched Behemoth tear mountains apart, and seen the death of beasts this age cannot imagine. I fought beside the hammer god Sigmar, back when he would fight his own battles. Seen him kill. Seen the destruction he could wreak when he chose to. Seen him bleed. I've seen what he could be, what he should be. When the time came, and the hunt grew stale, and Gorka Morka had enough of the Hammer God's rules. I joined him in the first great war, bringing fire and death to those that settled the land in the wake of our conquest. I led armies in his name. I felt the war rage like a wildfire. Idols of the gods knelt before me. It was the ending of an age. As the gods scrapped with each other, they didn't see the Dark Ones make their move. The big boss of the Spiky Boys brought a true war to the realms, and Sigmar got beat. Simple as that. But rather than take his lumps like an orc and come back stronger, he winked at me. You probably don't even see it, do you? You've known nothing else. The taint of chaos lies on everything in the realms now. You didn't used to be like that. We are smaller now, weaker than we were in those days. We're not conquerors. We're pushed to the margins of the realms like the beasts we once hunted. Gorkamorka is fractured, scattered, all because Sigmar ran. For all their might, the Dark Ones could not break through the Hammer God's walls. They aren't brutal enough, or cunning enough. But I am. I know the way in. Before Gorkamorka and all the Dark Gods, I boasted that I would breach the gates of Azir. I will raze its cities and topple its walls. I will burn its works and put its peoples to the sword. I will shatter the shell of order that Sigmar has built around himself, and remind him what it means to be a god of war. Reawaken the conqueror that fought at Gorkamorka's side. My name is War. My name is War. My name is Morgrek Everwinter, Morgrek Logblade, son of Gork and Dome of Cowards. I've walked with gods and seen them bleed, and will again. I will shatter the heavens and bring fury to the realms once more.
Well, my only question is how big is that yurt? You didn't think we were done with Morgrek, did you?